At 14, you started doing some first kind of 9 to 5s. Then at 16, you started making a bit of your own cash. From 16 to now, talk us through kind of the journey on kind of from 16 to where you are now, some things that you've done.
I don't know, it was a bit all over the shop. I tried a few different things, but I had obviously that little business from when I was 16. It was all right. It was nothing crazy, building websites. And then at the end of high school, I did quite well in my exams.
Yeah.
I got offered a scholarship to a good university. And I didn't want to go. So I didn't really want to go. My mum was like, if you don't take this scholarship, I'm going to kill you. Even my dad was like, maybe you should go, which I didn't expect. But I ended up going. I accepted it. Luckily, I had my whole university paid for, which was cool. And part of the scholarship was that basically these companies, like a lot of big companies, were paying for us to go to university. And in return, we did like a 6-month placement in the company.
Got you, like an internship type thing. Yeah,
kind of. I mean, kind of cheap labor for them. It was kind of like headhunting. Like these were some big companies, some very well-off businesses. It was a very exclusive scholarship. I ended up going to work in one of the very big consulting firms, like worldwide, in an office in Sydney when I was 18. So I went and did 6 months there. And that period of my life was insanely busy. I was probably waking up about 5:30, and then I was going to train football. So I would have like one-on-one sessions, or I'd go train Muay Thai. And then I would go into work from 9 to 5. And then afterwards I'd go train again. So I'd try and fit in weights or go back to Muay Thai sparring. And then after I do university from about 7 or 8 at night till 11, and then I go to sleep. And that was just that for like almost a year probably. It was good because I had the dedication to stick to it, and I didn't give up.
Sounds intense though.
Yeah, it was intense. And like working that 9 to 5 and then I still had uni classes, but I had to work, and it was tough, but I managed to, put in a lot of effort into that, and that was a good test of my dedication, and now it's helped me kind of move up. And then from there I ended up finishing my degree. I did another internship at another company later on, which was very good for me, and it was very good money for my age. And then me and my closest mate, we decided to start a business together because we were kind of sitting there going, this sucks, I cannot do this for 40 years. This is horrible.
Yeah.
What exactly was it, by the way, within that made you think, fuck this, I ain't doing this for 4 years?
I was working for a government institute, and we had a team of about 15. I was the youngest on the team by about probably 20 years at least. And I remember looking up at these guys and these executives, and they were making good money. But I remember looking at them, and they just looked drained and depressed and coming into work every day. And I think one of them had a housewarming party, and their wife was there just giving him shit. And I just remember,
that's not.
I'm like, this guy's the head of my team, and I'm like, man, this sucks. This just isn't it. This is not the life I want. I kind of made the conclusion from that. I was like, do I want to be like that in the future? I went online, I just started researching what to do. I was trying social media marketing stuff, and then it was all the typical stuff that everyone tries back then. And it was drop shipping and all that stuff. And then you realize quickly this is very difficult. So eventually we started a business with my best mate. We were slowly moving up, and it got to the point where I decided to quit my job. And I'd met a friend in Sydney who was like, I'm going to Dubai in 2 weeks to set up a company and do this. He's like, I'm going for the online business thing. And I was like, okay, I'm coming too. So I quit my job, moved out my apartment, went to Dubai, and then kind of went around Eastern Europe looking for places to live. My best mate sent me a text one day. He was still working at his job because the business was not making that much money, but it was sustaining us. It was enough to replace out the income. And he sent me a message one day going, I can't stand these people anymore, dealing with these people. And I was in Eastern Europe at the time, looking for a place to live. And he's like, I can't stand these people anymore. I'm getting so sick of this. And I was like, stop fucking complaining, quit then. And he's like, okay. And he just quit his job the next day. And then I think within a week or two, he was over in Eastern Europe with me, and we moved in together. Made the business work, and it just kept climbing, and went from there, and started expanding. And it's been probably a year of acceleration, rapid acceleration. You don't really need that much time. I'm sure you can attest to that. Sure, it takes some time to build up the skills behind that, but if you really put in some work, it doesn't take that long to accelerate a lot.
In one good year, you can achieve what most people achieve in fucking 5-10.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how me and this fucker have felt in the last 12 months.
Yeah,
Jesus
literally.
fucking Christ, the things I've been able to do and travel.